And cue.
No, come here,
Action!
Turn around. Look, it's rock and roll.
Look, it's rock and roll.
Look, it's rock and roll.
What movie is that one from?
It's from when they were in Australia in '80.
I got a backwards thing going on in the camera. It does the opposite. What is this? It's doing the opposite, and I don't know if I like it. Let's see here. Mirror. No, yeah, mirror. That's why, because I didn't turn that on. There we go.
Oh, okay.
All right, now it's mirror. Yeah. What's up, everybody, and welcome to another live edition of the Heels and Quads Wrestling Podcast. If you're in the room, we appreciate you. If you're joining in or coming on by,
watching later,
yeah, it's all good. We're all good with it. So, yeah, obviously, a big wrestling weekend just passed, and a lot of big news, and a lot going on. The WWE end of it, I didn't really pay much attention to.
Yeah, we were supposed to do this yesterday, actually, but I spent a little too much time on the boat, and I texted Levi and said I look like Uncle Terry in 91, so.
91 Terry.
Here we are today. Dude, my nipples are burnt.
That's what's wild. I'd like to see them.
I mean, I'd take them out, but I feel like we should save that for OnlyFans.
Yeah, I mean, we'll save it for Patreon.
Only Simps.
Only Simps. We can save it for a pay. It's behind a paywall. You know, I was just thinking another thing too. I was talking on the pre countdown here. I got to get tomorrow, the 7th. The new iPhones will be revealed, and I got to get a Pro. But another thing is storage, dude. My photos and videos have taken my whole phone's full. I'm pre-ordering that shit as soon as it goes live.
Dude, I just did like a massive deleted everything because my phone was riddled with graphics and stuff from the podcast and random videos and all kinds of shit and too many pictures of me with a beer in my hand or drinking wine or something. So I'm like, okay, I don't need these. The only thing that I can't delete any pictures of my kids. If I have a picture of the kids, I don't delete it. But other than that, everything went. Other than what we still use, the logos and stuff.
I think I need to do the same thing, man. Because videos take up the most space. They're bad. A 4K video takes up a lot of space.
Yeah, it took me 3 hours to get rid of everything.
I believe it. Yeah.
I think it was 1,200 pictures and videos that I deleted.
Yeah, I'm at.
It was a shit ton.
1866 photos and 143 videos.
Yeah, that last pick of the week I did in 4K, 60 frames per second.
Yeah.
And it didn't even work. I had to do so much choppy pee to it to even get it to upload because I think it was a 57 gig file.
Yeah.
And when I tried to upload it, it was no, it's too big.
It's the supermassive 4K black hole.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Kat. I'll feed you afterwards, You
waited too long.
It was actually me. I think I was gathering everything at the last minute. And do we got any people in here right now?
Not yet. It's quiet today.
That's fine. We can rock and roll on the show.
Yeah. We got a few minutes before we really got to jump in it.
Before we dive deep into it. Yeah. So my drink of the day.
What do you got?
It's not like a new thing, but I saw it at the media scrum.
Oh, is that what that was?
Yeah, it was CM Punk's little care package. I zoomed in. They're called Spindrift. And so I went and got some today. I got the lime ones because it was the same ones he was drinking. So I'm Phil Brooks out today. Phil Brooks
filled out.
Yeah.
Filled out really well.
One. And then there was another one that's tea and lemonade, but it's still seltzer water. It's seltzer water with tea. It's got black tea and lemonade in it. So I'm going to take my first sip of this here lime Spindrift and see what it's all about.
Do it live on YouTube. Oh my god.
Oh, that's good.
Is it good?
I like that. Yeah, it is actually good, man. It's pretty.
I'm gonna have to get some and mix my Tito's with it.
Naturally, because he's famous, these are the more expensive ones, but they are good. They are good.
What's up, dudes?
What's up,
Sal?
What up, Sal? I was gonna let you say it first because I was I'm pretty sure that's Sal with the SAL, But I was I didn't want to be Sal.
He commented earlier and said, "Let's party." That's how I knew it was that Sal. That's his
okay.
catchphrase.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
party.
So we got the spindrift, the lime spindrift rocking, courtesy of CM Punk. Hey Phil, thanks for turning me on to that.
Hey Phil, if you want to
And,
sponsor the show, go ahead and do that.
Yeah, hey Phil.
No, it's a-
And then I'm gonna drop me a Zen pouch.
Get you a pouch in.
I'm probably gonna get 2 in. We're gonna pop
Yeah.
a second here in a moment. I'm gonna let this one get to juicing, and then
Ken Kniff
yeah,
from
man.
Connecticut.
Good old Ken. Oh yeah, Shaggy. Oh my god. Fucking Ken Kniff.
From
Oh my
Connecticut.
god. From Connecticut. Yeah. Isn't it him and he's like blowing the Insane Clown Posse or something?
Yeah, something like that.
Boy, that is tasty. I can't wait to try the next one. It says it's got a real squeezed fruit. And then it says, "Yep, that's it." Right there. It says, "Yep, that's it." I don't know. I'm down with it, man. I think Punk's onto something here.
I don't know, man. He's onto a lot of stuff, it seems like.
Yeah, but he had a 12-pack of them. I'm like, are you really going to drink that many fucking seltzer
Did
waters?
they come in a plastic bag like that?
Yeah, it was like a gift baggie. No, they come in a box.
Oh, okay.
But that was his little gift sack. And then he had his pastries and all that.
From Mindy's Bakery or whatever it was.
I'm trying to make a trip up to Chicago to get some Mindy's.
Just don't go on Mondays or Tuesdays. They're closed.
Well, yeah, right. I mean, it's if you're a Chicago native, you know.
You're not going back to Chicago.
It's going to be a while. If I go, I'm going with my wife.
Yeah.
If I go, I am going with my wife. I know that much. Because we've talked about it, but I don't know, man.
Yeah. So what do you want to do first? You want to do the show? You want to talk about some news? What do you want to do first?
We could bang out the show because the end is going to be, I think, where we get off on the news anyway.
Lead off into the news.
Yeah, because that's going to be where it really kicks off at, you know. Yeah, and it's like it's the all out, you know, like you just say, hey, these are the matches, who won. You know, people can.
Yeah, and we're not going to even discuss the buy-in because it wasn't great and it was available on YouTube and everything. So kind of everybody's already seen that. And everybody kind of knows what's happened already. It's just our time to talk about it. Like I said, we were supposed to do it yesterday, but we're behind as usual.
It's our opinion time.
Levi's 2 weeks behind on pick of the week.
Oh yeah, I got to get one out this week. I do.
I'm behind too. I got to do one. I got it set up for tomorrow though.
Last week caught up to me, and you know my pipes are ready. I left a message to the guy today, and no call back. So you know what? I left a message. There's fucking rainwater out there, and it killed my shop vac last week. My shop vac died on the last 10 gallons of rainwater I sucked out. So I ain't buying.
Now he owes you a shop vac.
Yeah, well, it was my father-in-law's. So I was like, "You want this bag?" He's like, "No, I think fucking toast." Like, all right, man, I'll keep it. But yeah, no, they're done. But yeah, we can talk about a year done. All right.
So we'll kick it off with the first match of the night. Here we go. Some new graphics.
There was 4 pre-show matches.
Yeah, 15 matches on the whole card.
Damn. Okay, cool.
So we got 11.
Yeah. Casino ladder match: Claudio Castagnoli versus Wheeler Yuta versus Penta Oscuro versus Rey Fenix versus Rush versus Andrade El Idolo versus Dante Martin versus the Joker.
The Joker.
That was 14 minutes and 15 seconds. Now, disclaimer, and then you can talk. Right? The first half of the show, I've only seen bits and pieces of. I still have to watch it in full. The floor is yours, Tom.
Okay. So, as everybody knows that listens to the show or watches us on YouTube, I do watch alongs. So, therefore, the first viewing live didn't really pay attention. Plus, I got a little hammered, so it's fine. Whatever. But just so you know, oh yeah, I was. And when I went back and read my text to you, I was like, whoa.
Yeah, you were.
It was a wake-up call.
You were different. You were different that night.
Yeah, I was moody.
Yeah.
But anyway, and then yesterday I was out on the boat all day. Got a freaking killer sunburn. My nipples hurt. It was hard to put a shirt on for this. I almost did it shirtless, but I didn't. But I rewatched everything today, top to bottom. I watched it for all of you who like to listen to our opinions. This match was cool. The ending kind of sucked a little bit. Like, I mean, as we find out later in the show who the Joker was, it was cool. But the match overall, like the way it ends, it was just kind of took the wind out of the whole match because the match was awesome.
It's like a balloon deflating.
Yeah. Everybody got their spots in. Penta's Canadian Destroyer on the Dante Martin as he was coming down the ramp was killer. Claudio looked great. There's a bunch of ladder spots. The part towards the end when Claudio or Wheeler and Claudio, maybe, yeah, they were climbing up the ladder. Dante jumps on Claudio's back and like climbs up, and Taz is like, he's like Spider-Man. It's kind of like a throwback to every time they've always said that about Rey Mysterio. It's kind of what it reminded me of.
Mm-hmm.
But then, I mean,
it's the usual casino. It's the spot fest that is the casino ladder match.
Yeah, and I got to throw this up there. Oh shit, nice graphics. So you spend the $20? No, if you notice in the top right, it says powered by StreamYard. So that's how you know I haven't spent the money yet.
No 20 bones there.
Nor will I. And Stokely Hathaway comes down and his little group, and he pulls the chip down and gives it to the Joker when he comes out. Teaser reveal. Nope, not yet. And we get it later in this show, which we'll get to.
Now, Stokely apparently trained the Joker or trained with him or something. Is that what I'm
not sure. Did Stokely train at Creative Pro?
I don't know. They were talking about it at where was I seeing it that they train? I don't know. That whole group had significance to the man who was yet to be unmasked.
Right.
At the end of the show. We'll get there. For those of you who haven't or for some reason don't know yet, but yeah, I mean, I assume I can just give my review on it right now. I'm sure it was a good match. It was a ladder match, and it was. Now, what's confusing? Give me a shout out, Rebuy. Hey, that's one of my coworkers, though. Shout out to Chris for training me and teaching me everything I know about
shout out to
some
Chris.
motherfucking groceries.
Thanks for joining us for Levi.
Hey, man. Yeah, Muska. But where was I on the ladder thing? Yeah, I'll rewatch it at some point soon. I picked up, so I turned it on, and it was during. Actually, I picked up pretty late in the show. It was during the tag team championship match.
Damn, that was late. But you were out doing stuff, which it seems like you usually do during the pay-per-view.
It seems accidental that every time there's a pay-per-view, I'm having dinner with the in-laws.
Something is scheduled that takes up your time.
It's just weird because I don't know. I guess because lately I just haven't been like, oh my God, I have to watch the pay-per-view. But then I got home and I was like, oh, let me put it on. And then things were going good, and I was kind of putting up some Halloween stuff because I'm a motherfucking Halloween guy.
Oh, love it. But yeah, I mean, to wrap this up, everybody had spots. Everybody got their shit in. Like I said, it was a good match. I mean, it was a casino ladder match.
Yeah.
What we know it as,
Yeah.
So next up, big one, second match of the show.
They tend to go on second.
Yeah. Kenny Omega and the Bucks versus Hangman, John Silver, and Alex Reynolds. Have you seen any of this?
I've seen bits and pieces. I saw bits and pieces from BTE. I kind of skimmed through it because I wanted to see if there was any sort of drama in there, which there obviously wouldn't be.
Yeah.
But I had to skim through just to see. But yeah, it was 19 minutes and 50 seconds. And,
dude, this match was fucking killer. Like, I mean, we knew it would be. But, Johnny Hungy got a couple of spots where he rolled up Kenny and like get a long 2 count, 2.9, and the crowd's popping like crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, another one. Everybody got their spots in, and it was great. I mean, V triggers, you got the elite triggered, all that's BTE trigger, whatever they call it.
This one's for the Meltzer audience.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, we're kind of part of that, in a way. But I'm just saying, it's like this is you got a little bit of everything on AEW, and this is your Meltzer audience right here.
Well, this and FTR, I guess. would be Meltzy
Yeah,
too.
of course. Yep.
But Kenny, no compression shirt, no shoulder brace or whatever.
Is that
no
what
rib
that is?
tape. Yeah.
He's been wearing that's a compression shirt he's been
Yeah.
wearing? I thought it was a sweater.
Yeah, it's like a Tommy Copper socks, for the people with bad blood flow in their feet.
For a while, I was thinking it was like when Flair came around in 02 and was wearing a shirt because he was ashamed of himself or something. I thought that's what Kenny had
like
going
what Sting
on.
does now, he wears the long sleeve shirt.
Yeah. I mean, Sting's right. I mean, he's like 60,
Yeah.
So, and Flair was too.
They can wear shirts.
They've earned it. It's the gimmicks. You got to sell the gimmicks.
Yeah, but I mean, Kenny looks fucking shredded. He looks great. Callis joined commentary, which is always fun. Good shit.
Yeah, of course. Jade Cargill defeated Athena in 4 minutes and 20 seconds. What a coinky dink for the to retain the TBS title.
What was the time on it again?
4 minutes and 20 seconds.
Yeah.
Coinky dink. Yeah. Again,
4 minutes too long, in my opinion.
It's just like, you bring Athena in and it's a big deal, but it's like, I get it. I mean, you got to make Jade's she's a beast. You got to keep her looking strong, whatever. It's fine.
I'm going to give my opinion on it, and I'm going to be really nice about it. She should have lost. Here's what needs to happen with Jade.
I mean, yeah.
She needs to lose the title. They need to put her on dark. Let her work. Let her work out all the kinks over there before she's back on TV, because she's not the best worker.
She's not god awful, but she's not
awful.
Worker.
But you could, when she's in the ring with somebody like Athena, like Sunday night,
you can see
you can see
everything slipping through the cracks for sure. Yeah.
And I kind of laughed to myself when I rewatched it today. It was like, she had the green paint on her body, like She-Hulk or whatever. She came through the bricks, and I was like, is it really She-Hulk, or is it because she's greener than goose shit?
Yeah, good point.
Yeah,
very good point.
But like I said, don't want to be too critical of her. And her daughter was in the crowd, so that was awesome.
I mean, she is a natural athlete.
She looked hot as She-Hulk.
I can't deny, man. I think Jade she's kind of hot in this weird way. She is. She really is. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, not a lot to talk about in that one.
No, I mean, it's a 4-minute TBS title match, whatever.
And I did see that a lot of matches got shortened up because they didn't want to run 5.5 hours like they usually do.
But they did, didn't they?
It was still 4. The main show was almost exactly 4 hours.
Yeah.
And
then you got the buy-in.
Over an hour. It was an hour and 7 minutes.
Yep. That sounds about right.
Yeah.
All right. And then
FTR and Wardlow versus Jay Lethal and the Motor City Machine Guns.
Just a 6-man, 16 minutes and 30 seconds.
It was good. Everybody here works. I mean, Wardlow's still new, but FTR and the Machine Guns, that's cool. I think it would be fair to say they've never worked each other. So kind of a dream match for especially Impact fans, because the Machine Guns and New Japan, I guess, too. And then throw Jay Lethal in there. It would have been nice to have somebody else with FTR other than Wardlow.
I like Wardlow, man, but you put him in the ring with FTR, Jay Lethal, and the Motor City Machine Guns. I mean, look, dude, he's in there with a bunch of 20-year veterans.
Yeah.
And then I haven't seen FTR's old stuff, but I'm assuming they're pretty seasoned.
Yeah, and then at the end of the match, FTR and Wardlow win. And then at the end of the match, Samoa Joe comes out. And then as soon as he comes out, I'm like, why didn't he team with FTR? That would have been such a better match,
I don't know. Where's Samoa Joe been?
I don't know. I mean,
he's not on TV.
Why is he not on TV?
He signed Samoa Joe and he's not on TV. I bet Triple H would put him on fucking TV.
And he's the Ring of Honor TV champion. Where's Ring of Honor? What? Let's do this. Get it over with.
Come on, Tony.
You got all the money in the world. You got more money than Jim Crockett. So why don't you not sit back and take this fucking shit and get Ring of Honor off the fucking ground?
Yeah, I'm sure it's in the works. I'm sure it's in the works, yeah.
Another one, Ricky Starks and Powerhouse Hobbs. Another decent match, but it's just wrapping up this rivalry.
Yeah, 5:05 on the clock.
Dude, this card was weird, dude. It was all over the place.
There's a lot of stuff on the card that I just didn't care about, and a lot of it seemed random too.
Yeah. Like I said, this one you're just wrapping up the rivalry. Like let's get it. And I'm surprised they put Hobbs over Ricky Starks, because once he turned face, I thought they were gonna push him to the moon.
But Powerhouse he's Powerhouse Hobbs, man. He's a big dude. So he is the powerhouse, but I don't know. I mean, Ricky he'll get his. He does have that young Rock feel to him, man. He really does. But no, I'm not saying he's going to be
with the NBC sitcom Young Rock.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's going to turn into the Rock, but like if he played his cards right, he could really get himself over, and he's got that swag about him, the shirts and the pants and all that, the whole dressing like he lives in Miami.
Pants, clothes that people wear.
Yeah. He dresses like he lives in Miami or something.
Got the chain.
Yeah, it's the Rock gear. He was probably inspired by him.
The dress shoes with no socks. I don't know how people wear shoes without socks. I'll never understand it.
I don't know. I had a friend tell me one time that you'd get pussyfoot if you did that, and I was like, what the fuck is pussyfoot? And
is that the same as pussyfooting around?
That's what I asked. I was like, are you talking about like pussyfooting around? I said, are you sure you're not talking about athlete's foot? And he's like, nah, my uncle said you get pussyfoot. And I was like, what the fuck is pussyfoot? I don't know, man, but apparently if you wear shoes without... No, I don't know what pussyfoot is. I just know it's when you're pussyfooting around. That's all I know.
That's what I would think.
But apparently,
if anybody watching knows what pussyfoot is,
yeah, put it in the comments, please. Because I'd like to know what the fuck pussyfoot is. I don't know what it is, man. I've been waiting 20 years to figure the fuck out what pussyfooting is, dude. I can't figure it out. But I ain't wearing shoes without socks. I'll tell you that. I'll get pussyfoot, man. I don't want none of that.
You don't want none of that pussyfoot.
That's no good, man. Yeah, I don't know, dude. I don't know.
And the fact that he never told you what it was is hilarious.
No, he just said it gives you pussyfoot.
Just watch out for that pussyfoot, man.
I think these pouches give me a buzz. Everything's getting really bright.
It's probably that and the CM Punk water.
Yeah, I'm wondering if he's not straight edge, because something's up with this water, man. It's got 4 calories.
And he's talking about coffee too, man. He's got a caffeine addiction. That's not very straight.
Yeah, he does. He ain't. Did you see the video of Jeff Hardy when he's like, "And you take fucking Ambien to sleep, and that's fucking."
That's Sal's right. That's what I'm wondering.
If it's that's the only thing I can think, man. But if your feet smell like fish. I think it goes a lot deeper than you not wearing socks.
Trout, tuna, hot salmon that's been left out in a dumpster for like 3 weeks in the summertime.
It's definitely like a canned fish, like something you put in a can.
Or a canned chicken.
Yeah, with a little bit of, yeah. I don't know, man. Pussyfoot doesn't sound good, though. It sounds bad, whatever it is.
Our new segment on the show, do you have pussyfoot?
Pussyfoot of the week.
do you or someone you know have pussyfoot?
Call Tobert Beetle and Musgrave.
So this is where you jumped in, I guess, the AEW Tag Team Champions.
Yes.
Swerve and Our Glory, the champions.
Which is such a stupid name for a team.
It's like, all right, yeah. I'm
sorry,
good.
I thought you were finished talking.
No, I am. Okay, I was agreeing that it's a stupid name.
Yeah, Swerve and Our Glory. Yeah, I guess, man. I guess. It's just like, I don't know. You hire all these guys, and it's like you got this big, beefy roster, I
say great team. I should say great singles wrestlers they put in a team.
Put together, yeah.
And gave them the tag titles, which, I mean, they both should be champions. I'm not denying that. But
no, it was a good match.
I'd say this was my second favorite match on the card.
What? Okay, what's the scissor me bro thing? What is the scissor me?
Scissor.
Is that their handshake or something? Yeah. Who is it? The Acclaimed or is it
Acclaimed? Yeah.
So that's why that's why Keith was like, hit me with the scissor, and then Billy Gunn gave him the scissor.
Yeah, Daddy.
It's Billy Gunn with a club.
Which I'm kind of cool with Billy Gunn, like getting away from his kids and letting them do their own thing.
Yeah, he can always be daddy ass. He's just, as long as he doesn't have pussyfoot, getting that going.
Stay away from the pussyfoot.
I hope they're wearing socks when they wear those boots, man.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they're gonna wind up with some pussyfoot.
I'd say this was my third favorite match. My second favorite match was the trios, and we haven't got to my number one yet.
Okay.
Well, I mean, what did you think about it? You actually watched this match, so
yeah, I think it was a good match. I was pleasantly impressed. Not that these guys aren't bad workers or anything, but I mean, you put two kind of like, see, it's weird because I like tag divisions like this where it's not like the tippity top guys, tippity top tag teams, you know, like in the Lucha Express or whatever, Jungle Express, whatever the fuck they are.
Jurassic Express.
Yeah. Man, I got to get back to watching weekly. I'm losing it. I like this because it's just kind of like one of those. It reminds me of like a summer WWE pape where the tag titles are on, you know, Too Cool, and they go up against like the Headbangers, even though that's kind of separate timelines there. But you know,
the Headbangers were still kind of there.
They were still around a little bit, but you know, it's just one of those like. I know I said Swerve in Our Glory is a stupid name, but they're good together. They're not bad together. And the Acclaimed is also like they're a great team.
Mm-hmm.
But I like these just kind of random. You don't have any huge names in here.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have a Kenny Omega, you don't have a Moxley, you don't have a Danielson, that kind of thing. Keith Lee, Swerve Strickland, fairly big names.
Now
in the wrestling community, yeah. And then the Acclaimed, they're working the way up there. You got Billy Gunn on the outside, but I don't know. I like these kind of like I want to say like B tag team matches because
something you don't have to be 100% invested in.
Yeah, like
you
that.
Just watch it and be like, it's a wrestling match. It's a tag match.
Yeah, whereas, you know, Stone Cold and Triple H are teaming up against the Brothers of Destruction. You're kind of like, okay, I need to know about this.
Yeah, you're like, I'm emotionally invested in this.
Yeah.
Serious shit right here.
I think Swerve in Our Glory will rock for a while, but you never know. Maybe they'll drop the belts on Full Gear. Or that's the cool thing about the tag titles is that's one I like to see that change on TV too.
It sounds like they're going to do a rematch at the Arthur Ashe Stadium show.
Where is Arthur Ashe? That's Jersey, right?
No, it's New York. That's where they do like the tennis stadium.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It was a good, but all that being said, it was a good match. It was entertaining. I was moving around while watching it, but when I did watch, I was just like, these guys can all work, man. Pretty good. The Acclaimed isn't some scissor me timbers.
Ow, we're scissoring.
Peter. The Acclaimed isn't, you know, they're getting there. I like them.
Yeah. And having Billy Gunn be a part of that's going to really help him because, I mean, he's a tag team specialist.
He is. So, yeah, it was a good match. It was
a good match. Moving on. AEW Interim Women's World Championship Fatal 4-Way match. Toni Storm versus Dr. Britt Baker. DMD versus Jamie Hayter versus Shida.
And
this was better than I thought it was going to be, honestly.
Man, you know, we're 4-way guys. I mean, we're down with the 4-ways. I think that's why I think I like this one so much, is it was a fatal 4-way for a major title.
But like I said, I mean, it wasn't a bad match. They worked really well. All of them had really good chemistry. Everybody got their spots in. It was a really good match. And the women's division needed this, honestly, especially after the TBS championship debacle.
Yeah, it did. And it's just nice to see kind of unpredictable this, because I was like,
what was the time on this real quick?
I didn't think I say unpredictable. 14 minutes and 20 seconds.
Okay, perfect.
I didn't see Brit. Yeah, no, it was good. It was just right. Under 15 but over 10. That's always a good. Britt Baker, I was like, I hope they don't put it back on her, and I didn't think they would, because again, we're still in that like, you're not really going to have 2-time champs for a while, with the exception of Moxley. But when you have a women's division this big, it's like, put it on somebody else, give them a little spotlight. And she's been champion. So
the longest reigning women's champion.
The longest reigning, yes.
Was it 372, I believe?
Yeah, something like that.
And Toni Storm's got the thing with Thunder Rosa rocking when Thunder comes back, and
they can kind of blow that off. Yep.
Yeah. Which, I mean, stinks because they were a team and they had their t-shirts out and stuff, but we've seen it before that, it's got to have the blow up because that's something, I mean, they don't have women's tag belts, so there's no point really.
I'm sure they'll bring those in at some point.
And it'll be a great match. Tony and Thunder Rosa, two great workers.
But I think she's pretty deserving of it.
I think this was the best women's match so far in the history of AEW.
Yeah, it was for sure.
This the cage and then the cage. I'd say 1A, 1B.
Yeah. This is a good match, and I could see myself just when I'm rewatching the show or playing the first half, letting this one roll on through because it was a good one.
It was really good. I was impressed.
Quick one.
This
20 seconds. Christian Cage defeated Jungle Boy Jack Perry by pinfall in 20 seconds, but with plenty of fuckery. So what is this? Is Vince Russo booking or
Luchasaurus turns again? Like
I don't.
It's fucking ridiculous, dude. And I'm like, okay, it's got to be over. This has got to be the blow off for this feud, right? And then now with Luchasaurus turning heel again, it's like now it can't be it.
Yeah.
So it has to be over soon.
But he turned back heel. So what is it? Like Christian's got some mind control? Like, are we gonna get that weird with it?
Maybe.
I don't know, man. I'm just kind of I was looking forward to Christian and Jungle Boy working.
Yeah, I thought it would be a really good match.
Yeah, man. And I was assuming, Jungle Boy goes over, it's the blow off, that's it. But no, Luchasaurus comes out and chokeslams him on that steel grate, which definitely left marks.
Yeah,
those were shoot marks. You could see him throughout the whole match.
Yeah, that was a rough spot.
Yeah,
and Jungle Boy's mom slapping Christian, that was cool. We get that added from before the last few.
He's a great heel.
Yeah,
Christian's
I love Christian.
But the Luchasaurus thing doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. I don't know. Whatever. We'll see how it plays out.
Figure it out. And because Jurassic Express, that was a fun team. It was a nice little thing for the kiddos.
Yeah.
Sell some figgies.
Yeah. I mean, it put him.
But you want to see Jungle Boy. You want to see Jungle Boy as a top guy.
Yeah, I think at some point, totally. Yeah, TBS champ or TNT champ.
Yeah,
but I don't know. It's just where do you go from here? First of all, you got to explain what happened, and then it's
we'll hear from them, I'm sure, on Wednesday or tomorrow, I should say.
Special announcement.
I forget.
But how do you, if you reform Jurassic Express, how do you do that?
I don't think you can now. At least for a while.
It just doesn't make sense.
Double or nothing. A while.
Yeah, there'll be a run in and a save
or Revolution or something. One of the early pay-per-views next year.
Christian versus
right now, you can't do it.
Christian versus Jungle Boy at Double or Nothing, and Luchasaurus saves Jungle Boy, and then turns on Christian again.
This has got to end before then.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's just maybe Luchasaurus helps him out in another match or something, and they get back together.
I don't know, man.
I don't know. We spent too much time on that one, though. This was match of the night.
I had a feeling this was your favorite. Yep.
This was match of the night, and I know in the pod, the past few years, it seems like I blow Chris Jericho a lot. And he deserves it. But this was the best wrestling match on the card. And
because it was it was a wrestling match. And I think it was, it was 23 minutes and 40 seconds, by the way. So I think it's the longest.
This was before we get into this one.
Yeah, this was the longest on the card. Christian
is the evil villain. If he had powers, I'm out.
He's hitting the pen. That pen's fucking hot right now.
So I'll blink twice if you're hitting the pen.
Yeah. If that happens, I'm kind of checked out of that shit.
Dude, the spot where they were on the turnbuckle and Jericho slides out of it and puts him in the walls.
Yeah.
That was fucking cool.
That was cool, man. It was filled with lots of really good. I mean, you're in there with Bryan Danielson, you know,
Yeah.
and not that Jericho can't do the whole wrestling thing,
But
but
it helped.
it helped because he's got that mind in there doing it with
It
him, man.
wasn't a street fight like we've been seeing Jericho do. We've talked
Mm-mm.
about it, you know?
I think it was Jericho going, "Hey, I'm gonna do this Lionheart thing and go back to my old wrestling days, and we're gonna have a. I just want to show people that I'm not all just street fights now.
Yeah.
I'm not that old guy that just does that. Which 50, I mean, not really an old guy, but you know, it was a good match, man. It was really good. It was really entertaining. It was hard to take your eyes off the TV when this was on, and just the only thing is, I wish Bryan would have won. I think it's just odd that Jericho won, and I'm not one of those people that's like, well, Jericho just, he just wins. No, go look at his career. He
Because
put
that's
everybody
bullshit,
over.
and everybody knows that if you actually watch fucking wrestling and have paid attention to Chris Jericho's career, like you said, the last fucking 20 years, he's been putting people over since he
That's
went
all
to
he
WWF,
does,
dude.
Yeah, he's always putting people.
I mean, he put China over, for Christ's sake. Come on.
He said
That was like
he
his
told
first
Vince.
feud, you know? It's like that makes no sense, and for people to say that, they're full of shit, and they don't know what they're talking about. And they probably didn't even watch wrestling when he was in WWE.
Probably not. But that being said, I do still kind of wish Bryan would have won because I think it would have made a little more sense.
I would have been okay with that. Either way, I mean, it was a good match. Either way. But
I'm good either way.
I think he could have won. I'm with you.
It was a fantastic match. Chris, this is one that, like, if you go back to watch the show, like, don't miss this match. I kind of forgot about it until it popped up on the TV, and I was like, "Ooh, this is gonna be a banger." I just, you just kind of know. You're like, "This is gonna be good."
There were so many matches; it was hard to remember what all was on the card, unless you had it in front of you. You know. Okay, moving on.
Shout out to Punk. I finished my first spin drift.
Semi-main House of Black, Malachi Black, who looks like he's done. Brody King and Buddy Matthews versus Darby Allin, Sting, and the Redeemer.
Which was a weird dynamic, but that kind of, we saw it play out.
Worked, though.
Yeah. This one was 12 minutes and 10 seconds. And so apparently, I mean, first of all, it was a great match. Mm-hmm. Sting didn't do a whole lot. I mean,
but when he did, it meant something. He had
when he did it was good.
He had that spot with Malachi Black when they're, going to blows. Then he goes to put him in the Scorpion Deathlock, and then Brody and Buddy Matthews both hit him, and he just like powers. He's superhuman or whatever. Sting,
and Sting's got the Hulk up going on.
It worked.
Yeah,
that was the spot of the match for me, honestly.
Darby in there with Buddy Matthews. Like, Buddy Matthews is a smaller dude, but he's jacked. But you put Darby in there with him, and it looks like one of us in there with one of those guys. Like, but he was cruising around the ring doing his thing.
Sorry, Jared Bear.
Hey, we still got a little ways to go. You didn't miss much there.
Well, you missed 40 minutes, but it's okay.
Yeah. But we're getting to the meat and potatoes of it.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, this was, dude. Again, I love the House of Black. I love it, and I hate to see it go, but apparently he walked out and kissed and bowed to the crowd.
Yeah, kissed and bowed, and then they took his profile off the roster page today.
So Triple H must have offered some money.
Well, I also heard that he was just like, he was kind of done.
Burnout on wrestling.
Yeah. Which seems to be a recurring trend these days.
Yeah.
Social media is starting to get to a lot of people. And it's a shame.
I think it's social media, and
he's a fucking great wrestler and a hell of a fucking talent.
And I don't want to see. I understand. Do what you got to do for your physical health, mental health, whatever it is, or just get away if you burn out. But please don't let this be the end of Alistair or Malachi Black, because, dude, he's such a good wrestler, man. And he's up like with current wrestlers, top 10. He's probably in my top 10. I love what he's doing. I love the theme and the gimmick, and he's just, his moveset is fucking cool.
I feel like he was promised some kind of push and he never got it, and it's not really fair because he's worth the push.
Yeah.
He is a main event status guy to me.
Yeah, he is. I mean, his name, he's got plenty on his name coming from New York, and
Yeah, even on the Indies before that. I mean, he was a
he was on
popular
the Indies
guy.
before that. Yeah.
Tommy End, he's been around for a little bit, and it's a shame. And it was a shame to see him, leave the Fed even. But
we knew where he was going, kind of.
Yeah, but I mean, when you're that good of a fucking worker and you're not getting your due, it kind of sucks.
Yeah.
But with WWE, as we've said for the last 200 years, if you're not that top guy, you're not getting that push.
No, because you have to. There are certain qualifications you have to meet to be the WWE champion.
Yeah. And everybody's like, oh, he's a Triple H guy, or this guy's a Triple H guy. He can only push so many people into the main event.
Yep.
What are we gonna have, a Royal Rumble every week or every pay-per-view for the WWE title? You can't do that.
Yeah, you can't.
There can't be 30 guys in the main event picture. It's just not gonna happen. Yeah. You're gonna get maybe 5. I mean, look, even the Attitude Era. Who was the main event? I mean, everybody had a spot, and every storyline had.
But you had your 5 guys.
Yeah, but you had
John Taker. Rock, yeah.
So on and so forth. But
Triple H.
You did. I mean, Val Venus wasn't getting a title shot, but he still had a spot on the card, and he still had a story.
He was a solid mid card guy.
Yeah, D'Lo Brown, another guy. He wasn't in the main event, but he was a champion, and he had a story.
Yeah,
and just because they're Triple H guys doesn't mean they're going anywhere.
No, and I think there's something to be said about having a spot on the card and just being happy with it. But like, I get it with Malachi Black. Like, I think he's at the point now where it's like, at least put the strap on him for a month, Yeah. He's at that point, and who knows? Who knows what he'll do next? But I don't want to see him gone forever.
Maybe he'll just take a break.
Yeah. He's just such a good talent, man. I hate to see it go. But hey, like I said, you do what makes you happy.
I think TK gets a little too big for his britches when he signs these guys, though, and I think
he does.
I mean, I'm not there, obviously, and this is all my opinion, but I think he promises a lot of shit that he knows. He writes a lot of checks that his ass can't cash. Put it that way.
Literally and physically, yeah.
I
really think he does. Yeah, I don't know, but I like the way the match started. Miro just beating the hell out of everybody, and then Darby gets his spots. Black, Brody, and Buddy, they all got in there and did their thing. Sting looked good. It was all around a good semi-main.
And I'm happy to see Miro back, dude. I hope he gets a main event, spot at some point. It gets a little old when it's the same fucking guys every fucking week. And it's like, okay, we get it. Moxley's, social media darling. Oh, we get it. CM Punk's the grizzled veteran that everybody loves. Oh, we get it. Kenny Omega. Tommy loves him,
See, and I got to say this before it goes off my mind, and then we can go to the main, but somebody said it. I think it might have been Meltzer. I was listening to something there, or maybe it was Nash. It was Nash. And he was talking about, speaking of Nash, the ravioli thing, but he was talking about how AEW, he said the problem with AEW is it's booked for the smart marks or the smarks, whatever you want to say. It's booked for those guys. So nothing's ever really a surprise.
It's booked for us.
So we kind of know, like, oh, what do you guys want? Oh, cool. Well, let's do that the next pay-per-view. And it's like, you can always.
So is WWE now.
Kind of, yeah. Under Vince, not so much, because you want the strap off Roman, and you want other people pushed, and you want this to happen, but it's not going to happen because Vince only does what Vince wants. But now it could be different now.
I hope.
I really do, but yeah, that is one of the main problems with AEW. There's surprise, but in a way that you're like, oh, I know this is going to happen eventually. When's it going to happen?
Like, even during the live, pay-per-view, watching it live, or at least the beginning, I did pay attention to the ladder match and the second match, even through the watch along. But like the Joker, like I knew who it was just by aneurysms, Yeah. And I'm like, man, just have him come out. Don't even have him go to the ring. Just have Stokely bring him the chip on the stage and then be done with it. And then have him revealed at the end.
And I called it a week or two ago.
Yeah, you did. I know.
I just had to throw that out there.
No, you didn't. No, you did. You didn't know.
You didn't know nothing.
You're not
because
backstage.
you know why I knew?
know.
Because it's booked for the smart marks.
All right, let's move on to the main event so we can talk about the Joker finally, and then some backstage stuff that came out the last couple of days. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, CM Punk defeated John Moxley. Yeah, CM Punk
involved in that shit.
CM Punk won. He beat Moxley to get his title back in 19 minutes 55 seconds. Hey, say what you will. This was a good fucking match. This was
a fan of either guy, but I was 100% entertained by it.
It was good. And the only thing that was a little tough was Punk winning, and Moxley had almost all of the offense, but I guess the story was kind of, he's
coming back from injury. He lost the first match because his foot was still hurt.
Yeah, and Moxley worked the foot the whole time.
That foot was A-okay, if you ask me.
Yeah, and
the spot with the blood and Moxley licking it, that was a little gnarly.
And speaking of blood, if you notice, Moxley did not blade in this match because
we bitch about it all the time.
And I think it's because Punk said that in that promo, and then Punk the irony was Punk was all bloody.
Shoes on the other hurt foot. maybe Punk had pussy foot.
Maybe Punk had. Well, he had Danhausen's shoes on.
Yeah, he did. Shout out to Danhausen.
But yeah, man, this was a phenomenal match. I think as far as a wrestling match goes, this was second to Jericho and Danielson.
You could put it at second. I mean, personally, I like the trios match, but I'm a fucking giant mark. So,
wrestling.
Yeah.
I think the trios match, yes, was a wrestling match, but it was that kind of, it's that the Meltzer match, man. It's the Bucks and Kenny doing their thing, which is still wrestling, but I feel like it's in a different category of wrestling.
It's performance.
It was a performance.
I mean, it all is, but it's a spot fest.
Yeah, it's hard to put into words. But yeah, I mean, this one was, it was your classic wrestling formula, except really, I guess, I don't know who the heel and the babyface is here, but Moxley, I guess, would be kind of the heel. And
it was kind of tweeners. I think it was a tweener fest.
That's what I say. I don't really know. I don't know who it was a tweener. It was a tween city.
That was like the trios. I was like, because they both came out of the same tunnel. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what's up with that? I mean, obviously this you couldn't tell because Moxley doesn't come out of a tunnel. He just comes out of the crowd.
He's in the Shield still.
Yeah.
Dude, he's a rebel. But yeah, man, this was a killer match. I think it was really good. But
it was a good way to wrap the show up.
Yeah, and
we'll talk to you guys later. Bye.
Yeah. Yeah, that being, I was nervous too because honestly, here's the thing, man. I like Moxley, but I did not want him to win this match. I'm so tired of him being fucking champion. And I love Mox, man. I really like Mox, but I just needed the belt on somebody else. And it's
I knew
good.
What you wanted.
Yeah, and I wanted Punk to get it, and I'm glad Punk's got it. Now I'm kind of in this thing where I'm like, somebody can take the strap off him whenever, too. I just wanted to see him, give Punk a run with it, full gear, or at least at the very least, I'd say Revolution. It's probably safe to say Revolution. But, so then the ending, we get the lights go out, and as soon as they went out, I was like, MJF.
Spoiler alert!
It was. Yeah.
Yeah,
He's the Joker.
I liked it. You got the voicemail from Tony Khan. It's been a few months, blah, blah, blah. You're hurting the product. You're hurting the fans. I know you don't care about the fans, but I do. Bleeped out whatever sum of money he offered him, which I thought was pretty genius, honestly.
Yep.
Got a beard hair on my mouse there. But yeah, the voicemail, and then they show him take the mask off, and you see the back. As soon as you saw his hair, you knew. And then, not that we didn't know already, and then he puts the scarf on and pop.
Yep.
And he comes out, another pop, and then, I mean, I think Jericho was right, and we'll get to the media thing here in a second, but I think Jericho was right. He's going to be a babyface. Not now, but when he is going to be that John Cena, Roman Reigns. He's
man, he's fucking good.
And we've been
really
saying
good.
it for fucking 4 years now. He's that good.
Yeah. And of course, nobody wants to be a babyface. Everybody wants to be a heel because it's fun. But
yeah.
But you can easily
here too.
You can easily turn CM Punk heel and just have MJF be kind of the. I'm not comparing him to Stone Cold, but be that Stone Cold anti-hero. I do what the fuck I want. Fuck authority. Drink beer, kick ass. But there was a point. This was the class. So if it wasn't actually an issue a couple months back, and this was all a work, they did it right in keeping him off TV for a while, because there's that phrase, and I'm trying to think of it, but like when you miss something and
when you love something, let it go. If it comes back, it was meant to be.
It's not no, but it's it's something like that.
It's something to that effect. I know what you mean.
You miss whatever. Anyways, if somebody knows the phrase, put it in the chat.
What is it though? It's gonna drive me crazy now.
I feel like you know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about. I'm also brain dead right now.
The guy I shouted out earlier, he's said it before, and I'm trying to think of, he would know if he was still in here.
The heart wants what it wants.
The heart aches when it's something like that, man.
You can't miss what's always there. Something like that.
Yeah, it's along those lines. Anyways, we'll fucking go forever because I'm never gonna remember it. But so MJF, I guess this him being the casino chip guy. Last time it was used for a TNT title match. Now this time it's gonna be used for a world title match. I guess that's how that works.
Yeah.
Nobody knows, but we get the build for MJF versus CM Punk 2 starts out here, and the show goes off air, and then you get the media scrum.
Do you think they will do it as early as the Grand Slam Arthur Ashe show, or do you think they'll wait till Full Gear?
If they're smart, they wait till Full Gear. But is Punk going to stay healthy that long?
Yeah. Well,
as much as I like him, is he actually going to stay healthy?
This came out like right before we went live. It's being reported by we're not journalists, we're just opinion people. Yeah. But it was reported that CM Punk either tore his bicep or his pec or something to that effect in the little scuffle they had backstage. So I guess we'll see. I'm curious to see what the fallout is from all that, and I guess we can kind of get into it.
Yeah, segueing into that. Yeah. There you go. There's a good question. Is Punk still going to be employed?
Don't know.
I have no idea.
From everything that I heard, opinion, allegedly, he threw the first punch. So, I mean, that says a lot. Here we go. I mean, everything he said in that was super fucking uncalled for and childish. Yeah.
That's what we said in the text earlier.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a Punk guy. I'm wearing his merch, but that was a little over the that would not be in WWE, obviously they don't use curse words like that. But I think that's fireable right there.
Yeah.
Just for going off and just acting like a fucking baby, man.
Yeah. And not so much the Cabana stuff, which I still don't understand why that was even brought up. Like it was unnecessary.
I have no idea.
Like, because he was mad about Hangman going into business for himself, but in turn, did he not just do the same thing?
But see,
fucking burying everybody.
Yeah, and I don't get the going into business for himself, the Hangman thing, because the clip that allegedly is him going into business for himself, it wasn't that bad.
No.
He just said he was going to protect AEW from him or something.
Yeah.
Wasn't that the segment that they're talking about?
Something like that, yeah.
I don't get and then the EVPs that are irresponsible and fucking children. And
with a bunch of children, how he's old and hurt, and it's like,
just because you get paid a lot of money and you're the world champion, dude, you don't got to fucking act like that. I mean, it's disappointing to see.
Yeah, I was getting all that, yeah.
Punk pulled Omega's hair. He's boo-boo facing. I was a fan until all this stuff. Yeah. I know, man, it's really tough because I like Punk, man, and I always have, and I want him to come back, but it seems like drama follows that fucking guy around. And look, man, it's one thing to speak your mind. And I advise it to anybody and everybody. Always speak your mind, man. Yeah, but
we're all about it. Be fucking honest,
Going over the top and like going on about, and then telling Tony like that's not your place to speak. I'd be like, whoa, motherfucker, you can leave now.
Yeah.
Because first of all, you're not going to cut me off. I give you your fucking paychecks.
Right.
Like, and I know he was saying it. I know he wasn't saying it like that.
When he said, I work with a bunch of fucking kids, and Tony's like,
yeah.
And then, or when he said something about MJF.
And he looked over and was like,
yeah, and he was like, oh, here we go.
Pastries.
So, yeah.
Man, it was a little fucking much, man. Like, if you were going to act like that, just don't even do the media scrum. Yeah. If you're that pissy, you just won the fucking world title in a great main event, and you're going to come out and you're pissed off? About what? Like, you're just letting that bother you the whole time?
There. You're talking about somebody who's not even at AEW.
Yeah, man.
He's a part of Ring of Honor. We all know that. It's not a fucking secret. A company that technically doesn't even fucking exist right now. So you're mad about something that happened fucking 10 years ago because somebody fucking brought it up. And that person's an asshole for doing it.
And I really hope this is yeah, exactly. I hope this is a case of cooler heads will prevail, but yeah. I don't know, man, because there was a lot, fighting with the EVPs. Hey, I get it, dude. Men, you got to duke it out, dude.
Yeah.
But, just go out back and do it and keep it a secret and then go have a beer afterwards or have a fucking spindrift.
And that's like Jericho was talking about in his portion, they've been having more meetings and stuff, and he's like, stop leaking shit. Like what happened backstage needs to stay backstage. And it allegedly, certain people like to leak shit to Meltzy and whoever else.
Yep. And that's kind of the other
end. That's how it got out that there was a fucking fight because people like to leak shit.
Again, yeah, that's the other end of it is, it's I know the Bucks and the Meltzer thing, and somebody is a stooge back there that's just
I think it's multiple stooges.
Yeah. I mean, it's not just one, clearly. But it's just like that part of it's unprofessional too. Just keep your fucking mouth shut, man. It's a bit like we all know kayfabe's dead, but at least try to keep it somewhat alive, man.
Yeah.
Because WWE, I'll give WWE one thing. Their fucking dirty laundry is not all out on the internet. I mean, obviously, recently, Vince McMahon, all that shit.
Yeah, and it's, even when it is, though, it's once in a while. It's not every single fucking week.
It's not altercations with Brock Lesnar and, well, it is, but, there's just...
Real quick, though.
It's, and...
you can just tell what company's more professional.
Yeah, AEW's not. They got to get that shit together. And they got the names there, but it's like all these guys like Punk and Jericho and Mox and I don't think Mox is causing any problems. Everybody knows he does the job and goes home. But if you're that pussyfoot about it, dip out. Yeah, exactly. I think he's got pussyfoot, man.
Yeah.
But
and then what Jerry was talking about when I guess the Bucks and Kenny went to Punk's locker room and there was a scuffle, and Ace Steel, who just recently got in trouble for saying fuck on TV, got fined, paid the fine, and then Sunday night he's throwing a fucking chair, hitting Nick Jackson, giving him a black eye, allegedly. All this is allegedly. Then he pulled Kenny's hair, allegedly, and fucking bit him, allegedly, again. Because there is legal ramifications, apparently, and I don't want to be anywhere near that shit.
I think the fight is another one that somebody leaked it and made it probably a bigger deal than what it was. I'm sure there was a scuffle because if I was the Bucks, I'd probably be meeting Punk at that fucking door.
Did you notice when Jericho was leaving, he said, "Hey, some shit went down." He said it to Tony.
Was that what he whispered to him?
Yeah. He said, "Hey, some shit went down." You could hear it if you really listened.
I'll have to listen to that, but I mean, I know that was said.
Yeah.
Regardless if it's words or food encounter, if it's that bad, somebody has to go. Yeah, I mean, totally. It's somebody's got to be held accountable. Really, all of them, and whether
Tony's got to quit being everybody's fucking friend.
I think that's really the part I was
hugging everybody and fucking crying and like looking like a little fucking ass. Like you want to talk about how you have more money than Jim Crockett does and how you're not going to put up with bullshit. Don't worry about what WWE's doing on the same weekend as you. Worry about what's going on behind the fucking scenes in your own fucking company.
You said it. Yeah, you said it.
He's not going to ever give me a job. I'll fucking say it.
Well, no, and I don't care either way, but it's just like,
I'm just honest. Like you have to fucking man up eventually and tell people like this. I don't care who the fucking EVP is. This is my fucking company.
Yeah. Like
I'm the one that's footing the fucking bill or his dad, whoever, but like flying everybody, like MJF posted a picture like Jericho always does from the jet, the private jet and everything. It's like, dude, you have to be a fucking man at some point and stop being everybody's friends. Just because you're a wrestling fan doesn't mean you have to be everybody's friend all the time.
You got to be a boss and not one of the boys.
Yeah, it's great that you have a good relationship with all these guys, but shit's falling apart.
It is. The wheels are falling off for sure, man. It's not great right now. And and it made me think too, maybe that's why Malachi's leaving, because the company's just a clusterfuck right now, dude. And
I mean, it's gonna have growing pains, but there's a difference between growing pains and just
bullshit happening. Yeah, man. Just you got to step it up, TK. And I know, he was ignoring everything Punk said. I'll pull his ass out and say, let shit go. If you don't play nice, there's a door. So shit, man. That's basically what I was saying, dude. He's just to let him sit there and talk like that. That's what fucking bothered me the most. Is you're sitting there letting one of your employees just dog on your other employees and tell you to shut your mouth, basically, at one point, with the whole, it's not your place to say that. That's probably when I would have been like, okay, you can go. Because you're going to fucking say something stupid. Yeah.
You're done. You're
done.
Line it up.
But, man, it was just like, I've watched it twice now because I just am just in shock of how fucked up that was.
Yeah.
And the rest of the media scrum was fine, but I mean,
it was weird because everybody sounded like they had a little extra bass in their voice, but
that shit's not going to fucking fly in my company. Well, Tony, you need to make it not fly.
Because to fans, you looked like a punk.
Yeah.
You got punked.
Literally. Vince, Triple H. I mean, I think that's the thing too. I mean, you got strong leaders.
It's not that I don't like Tony. He seems like
man, and I love the company.
But
totally,
he's just gotta. You can't own a company like that with all those massive fucking egos.
No, and let it go wild.
All wrestlers have fucking egos.
Yeah,
and everybody thinks they're better than everybody else, and whether it be Punk or one of the Bucks or Kenny or whatever, they've all got fucking egos. That's not saying that we don't like them. That's why we like them. It's because they're wrestlers, and we know wrestlers have egos.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of testosterone flying around.
But there's no need to be throwing anybody under the bus.
No, and that's I am a Punk fan. I'm a fan of him in the ring, but this really just, for me, this was just, it's embarrassing for him. I mean, for me to be like, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but he's just, he always makes a big fucking deal and gets butthurt about shit. Like, and the Colt Cabana thing, man, it didn't need to be brought up. It really didn't need to be brought up.
It sounded like somebody asked Tony in an interview with Forbes is what I got out of it. I'm assuming somebody finally just straight up asked, like, do they have any interactions behind the scenes or whatever? Or has there ever been, anything behind the scenes? I'm like, dude, why? Who cares?
Yeah.
That shit happened fucking 10 years ago. Move the fuck on.
And so I guess the rumor that was apparently leaked to the dirt sheets was Punk is the reason why Colt is not with the company or something.
Which makes sense.
I mean, it's quite the coincidence, that he shows up and Colt's gone. Whatever. I don't care either way, And Punk, dude,
paid apparently.
Him having a bank account with his mom. Who gives a fuck? Why would you bring that up?
He's taking care of his mom. What's so
No
bad about
shit,
that?
dude. Like that was a real fucking low blow. I think that's shitty. You know?
Yeah, he shares a bank account with his mom. Tells you what kind of guy he is. Yeah, a good one. Taking
Yeah.
care of his fucking mom. There's
Take
no
care of his mom's bills.
at all.
I don't know, dude. It was just the more I'm talking about it, I'm just like about to take the shirt off. But I don't know, man. That's your world champion, and people might look at him differently now. I don't know, but people might look at the Bucks differently. It needs to get straightened the fuck out. There needs to be some fines. There needs to be suspensions, whatever it may be. Something's got to be done. But you're in a rock in a hard place because Punk's your champion.
Yeah, and I think if there is legal ramifications to all this, like cooler heads, like you said, have to prevail. Like, let's have some mediation. Like, let's not bring fucking legal into this shit.
Yeah, sit down. If you need to go out back and fucking duke it out in the ring before the show, do it.
Yeah,
throw the blows. Do what you got to do.
But it's not a good look for the company right now.
No, it's fucking terrible, man. It looks so bad. And you know what? The Fed's probably sitting there laughing.
Yeah,
because they're like, that's what happens when it's a fucking free for all.
Yeah, you're letting way too many people run the ship, steer the ship, as they say.
Yeah, I think there should be, I think your older Fed guys. I love to see the championship on a platform on the opening of Dynamite, just sitting there, and it's for the interim championship until CM Punk gets back from a suspension or he's just gone.
Yeah,
if they did that, I'd probably be like, okay, I'm good for about 6 months. I'll turn it back on.
I think I would take a break.
I mean, I'm starting to. It's just like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Where was Mox? Mox could have diffused this shit. He's probably a better fighter than Punk. I don't know, man. And I'm not just saying it to be mean. Things could have prevented that shit from spinning out of control. And one of them would have been telling him to, once he started going on and being a douche, just tell him to go. Just leave. Yeah. You can fucking go, or I'll take that title right back and end your fucking contract, because I'm not going to sit here and listen to it.
He should have ended his part of the media scrum.
Absolutely.
100. As soon as he said it, okay, let's bring in Swerve in our glory. And
yeah.
Go on.
He should have just, I don't know. That's just my opinion on it. And I go back and forth, and I'm sure the dirt sheets will be filled with all kinds of rumors and leaks because some jackass backstage will still be giving information, whatever, if that's what makes you feel special. It happens in every company.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, man. And Hangman, I don't think him.
I'm glad I'm glad that turned out to be fake, because that really bummed me out.
Yeah, that'd be
I would have hated for him, because some asshole on Twitter made a fake meme or whatever, a little quote thing from Tony saying that Hangman had left the company.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that's not real, because
is Hangman an EVP? He's not an EVP, no. Right? Okay. It was Cody was the other one. Yeah. What do they do?
I mean, the first thing was the Bucks were booking the tag division. Kenny was booking the women's division.
Yeah.
I guess Cody was just kind of co-booking, and then Tony took Cody's away. I don't know if the Bucks and Kenny are still booking, honestly, or if it's just Tony at this point.
I don't know. I think
it just to wind this all down to so we can get out of here. It sounds like there's too many
cooks in the kitchen. Yep. Yeah. There is.
It's too much.
I think it would help, because there's going to come a day where Tony can't just keep booking all this himself. It needs to be, you need Jericho, you need Billy Gunn, Tony, and a couple other, Mark Henry, Dean Malenko. Use those guys. You have a round table.
Like, come on.
Yeah, round table once a week and book the fucking shows, man. And it's just them. Nobody's got creative input. You get what you get. Everybody has creative input.
Yeah.
But it's like they book it. Here's your idea. It's not, hey, I want to go out there and do this. Okay.
You're not going to tell me, hey, I need to be world champion or I'm leaving.
Yeah. Yeah.
And honestly, I mean, the contract shit, it's like there's no ramifications for just being like, I want out.
Yeah.
There's no compete clause, which I mean that's a good thing. But you don't want somebody like you don't want Malachi Black leaving Sunday and then showing up on Raw the next night.
I'm sure there's no compete. Yeah.
I don't know if there is though. Because Tony's everybody's buddy. So why would he not want them to get paid?
Well, if you're a fucking businessman, you should know. Yeah, no compete just means you can't go work for the big company.
Right.
That should mean you can still rock the indies and all that. But I know, man, that's the problem. And I can't even compare, like, everybody makes the comparison to Bischoff, but Bischoff was a good businessman. I mean, yeah, people had the book and they probably shouldn't have, and the company, it failed eventually. But I think Bischoff was probably a better leader. And I don't want to say it in that way to like discredit Tony, because I'm sure Tony's a good leader, but you need to be more of the boss and not one of the boys. That's the big when I first transitioned from line cook to executive chef, he told me you have to learn to be the manager and not one of the boys. And it took me a while till I could do that. And I still never hard. Really.
I've done the same thing.
Yeah, you've done it. Yeah.
Going from a bartender to, basically a general manager.
GM. Yeah.
It's like, because you go from being like one of the boys to being everybody's boss. And, the change of clothes, and I tried to flip the switch like that, and it didn't work that way.
Yeah.
It was hard because I wanted to help, everybody out. And, if somebody needed a day off, and, you try to like help everybody, but
because you know what it's like.
But at the end of the day, you're like, fuck, I got to do what's best for business. And that's what Tony needs to do here.
Yeah. He needs to put his big boy pants on and manage the company and manage all of that talent he has. I think he needs help. I think that's the thing.
I think Jericho's stepping up. If what everybody's leaked out, Jericho's stepping up in the meetings and stuff. And like he even said he was making comments about not leaking shit. And then it gets leaked. But I think Jericho's the guy to kind of like help him out, or JR. So you got all these guys that have been around forever, like you were saying. It's like somebody's got to step up and help this guy out.
Yeah.
Like, talk to him one-on-one in a room and be like, dude, you've got to step up or this ship's gonna fucking sink, dude.
Yeah, it's gonna be WCW, except not quite like WCW was a money issue.
Yeah.
And it was
Turner just not wanting,
and Turner not wanting wrestling and all that,
I guess I should say.
Yeah. I think Jericho is the man for the job. And I think, like I said, you got Billy Gunn around. Use these seasoned veterans that you brought on. Use fucking Sting, man. I mean, I'm sure they're getting paid plenty of money, and you give them a little bump in pay and have them be your guys that fucking mediate this shit and don't let it happen. I know Punk's in his 40s or whatever, but he acts like a fucking kid. And I know
about wrestling a bunch of kids, and he's acting like one.
And he's acting like a child, man. And this is coming from a guy who I'm a Punk fan. I've said it many times already this show, but like I just want people to know that like I like the guy and I love him as a talent, but dude, like I don't know, that's unprofessional shit, man. And I think maybe we look at it the way we do because we've been in management positions, different scales, but it's just you don't let. I don't know. I've fired people for doing shit like that before.
I've fired
cutting them off and
way fucking less.
Right.
Way less.
I've fired a dude for not doing my recipe right many times. But I was like, if you can't listen, you're fucking done. See ya. But it's things like that. It's just like I don't know. You just need some mediators in there. You need some of the big boys that have worked for a company that is run properly to step in and be like, okay, grow the fuck up or get the fuck out.
Yep.
Because there's plenty of other places you can work.
On that note, I think we're just repeating ourselves over and over at this point. So
we are.
Let's get out of here.
Yeah. We'll take her home. Go to prowrestlingtees.com/heels and quads. Check out some of our merch. Pick up your favorite t-shirts you never knew you had. And Patreon, of course. We had 2 Patreons in here talking with us. Good old Sal and Max or Jerry? Which one do I say?
I think on this we say Jerry.
I say Jerry. Yeah, Jerry and Sal, two of our loyal Patreons, awesome dudes. They hang out with us every last Tuesday of the month, and you should too. So go to patreon.com/heels and quads and sign up. It's $5 a month. All you got to do is sacrifice one of those expensive cups of coffee at Starbucks or buy a cheap pack of smokes. You're good to go. Buy less merch. But yeah, bonus content, early content, hangouts, and, just trying to be a little more interactive over there. But this I don't know. This show went off the rails a little bit like AEW has, but it's just, I don't know. What do you say? I did too, because I think it was just bullshit.
Well, and I've been sitting on it all fucking day waiting to go live.
No, me too, man.
I didn't expect to blow up, but I legit got fucking mad. And I probably said some stuff didn't mean, but I did. So it is what it is.
You said exactly what I've been stewing on all day.
I think I said exactly what every wrestling fan has been thinking the last 48 hours.
Yeah.
So it is
bullshit.
It's not that I like everybody, whatever, but
yeah,
you gotta grow up. You gotta put your big boy pants on.
The truth hurts sometimes.
On that note, tell your friends.
Tell your enemies. We'll see you guys next time.
Sometime. And picks of the week coming shortly sometime this week.
See ya.
Bye.
How do I get out of here?